Hello and welcome to Rehab Xpanded with myself, Thoracic. In today's episode, we're going to go over some shoulder mobility drills to get them nice and loose and also avoid shoulder impingement, which is an injury that I see very often in the rehab center. So when you're ready, join me on the mat.
Getting ready for our first exercise, you're going to come onto your bum. Watch the positioning of the hands. We're going to come into a reverse bridge. So pressing through the heels of your feet as well as the palms of your hands. You want to open up through the anterior capsule of that shoulder. So remember, this portion of the exercise is not to get into the glutes. We want to open the chest out. So really push through the palms, extend the chest, feel as if you are drawing your chest towards the ceiling, and then relax it down. For our next shoulder opener, we're going to get into that pec minor and that pec major. So a lot of the times our shoulders are rounded, and this is going to really help release that. So notice that the arms are in a 90-degree shape. You want to keep that shoulder back and down. So now switching over to the other side, that right shoulder, you want to draw that shoulder back and towards the center line of your spine. Coming to lay on your side, we're going to go into our sleeper stretch. So a stretch that needs to be done very carefully, as this goes into our deep internal and external rotators of the shoulder. So you want to apply slight pressure down on the palm of the hand towards the ground. You'll notice that the more you do it, the further down your arm will be able to reach. But it's a very slow, gentle movement. You never want to force these. If you feel any discomfort in any of the movements, please stop them immediately and seek further help. Switching over to the other side, we're going to do the same thing on that side. So making sure that elbow is in line with the shoulder. You're going to press that hand down gently, noticing that you can get further with every rep. For our next stretch, we're going to be going into a thread the needle. So coming onto all fours, you're going to extend that left arm up towards the sky and then reach it through, bringing that ear to touch the mat. And we're going to repeat that motion, stretching out that thoracic spine and opening out that shoulder. For one last on that side before we switch over to the other arm, opening out with that left arm and then placing it back down. Let's repeat the same thing on the other side. So we're going to extend that right arm up towards the sky and then reach it through, bringing that ear to touch the ground. You want to make sure throughout these exercises that you are keeping your hips stacked above your knees. And you shouldn't feel any discomfort in the shoulders whatsoever. Going for one last rep, bringing it down, reaching up, and then bringing the hands back down onto the mat. We're going to go into our puppy's pose. So reach the arms forwards and sit the hips back. Rocking forwards into a semi-plank position and then pressing back. You want to feel a stretch in your lats here. So really push through the palms of your hands and try and get your chin to touch the mat. Coming up for one last rep, and then we're gonna move into our roll and reach. So coming to lay on any side you want to start with. I'm gonna start on my right side. You're gonna reach your arm forwards, up and over. So important with this stretch is you want to keep contact with the arm that's on the ground, and you want to keep your knees stacked on top of one another. So you're gonna reach that arm up and over, keeping it straight, and you're gonna try and get that opposite shoulder to touch the ground. So we're opening up into the pecs, into the thoracic spine. We're also getting a bit of mobilization in the lower lumbar spine. Coming up and over, and we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So from this view, you can see that I'm bringing my arm up and over, and I'm trying to get that opposite shoulder to touch the ground while still keeping the contact with my left arm on the ground. Keeping my knees stacked on top of one another and not allowing them to lift up as I rotate over. If I was to lift them up, I would not be getting as much of a stretch in the upper side of my body. And then on our backs, you're going to bring your arms to 90-degree shapes, and we're going to go for our supine cactus. So just a little bit of mobilization here and stretching. Try and keep that lower spine in the mat. You don't want to let your pelvis tilt. And then you're going to reach up as far as you can, keeping the contact of the arms on the ground. For our final exercise, we're going to come up into a seated position and we're going to do our shoulder reaches. So you're going to bring both arms out. You want to extend them just back behind you so that your arms are never coming in line with you or in front of you. So as you extend your arms out and you windscreen wipe them from side to side, you want to make sure that they are always just behind your body. And then you're going to rotate them, reaching your hands towards each other as close as you can without stopping the motion. Let's go for 3 more rotations. And there you have it, guys, my top shoulder mobility drills that I love to do to keep my shoulders healthy. Please let me know if you enjoyed, like and subscribe if you did, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.